Hi everyone, it's Kelly and I have a project that I want to share with you. I uploaded this for the creative contest at MB's Treasurista, and I'll share with you the products that I used first that were from the MB Treasurista store, and that was the red pearl trim, mesh butterfly with acrylic and gem, the red satin trim, the turquoise raffia, the blue acrylic flower, the paper roses. The paper was authentique. I'm not sure I remember the line. I'm sorry about that. Oh wait, maybe it's Celebrate. Yeah, I think it's Celebrate. And on the inside I used, I'll show you then. On the inside I used turquoise ruffled trim and red daisy pearl trim. So when I started off, I used a light blue base for my card, and I cut paper out of the cardstock and I used a Martha Stewart punch on the edge, and then I layered it. This was a cupcake that I designed myself. I drew out my own template. I used black cardstock down here, and I used my crimper to create the image for it, and then I cut the top out after I drew it on the pattern paper, and then I used my circle punch for the cherry on top. I then had stamped the It's a Birthday Celebration and matted it on black, adhered it to the cupcake, and then put the butterfly at the top. I wanted to put a bow excuse me, here, and I wanted to put something over here, so I just stuck a raffia bow there. And it was kind of messy, but sometimes I'm just not sure what I want to do or where I want to put stuff, so that's kind of how that ended up there. And then over here I knew I wanted a flower cluster, and I'm finding that in my stash I have a lot of really flat flowers, so I need to use some of those, and I'm not sure I know how to use them correctly, so I'm not sure how this cluster works out, but the colors worked out pretty good, so that's why I used it. And it's a red and a turquoise two-toned, and those are I Am Roses. And then I adhered the 3 paper rose flowers and then the acrylic blue flower with the gem in the center. So I'll open up the middle, and I used my pop-up technique that I had for my tutorial, and this was a card that I created for one of my daughter's friends. I'm sorry, it's not level here. So then I used some of the paper collection, and I just cut a couple of borders down here. I made another cupcake exactly like the one on the front. I cut out 2 balloons, and I used, this one has the raffia wrapped around it, and that one has the red trim wrapped around it for the string. And I had to use that, I had to put that on cardstock that was really thick so that it would adhere to the, see the pop-up squares in the back. So I had to make it thick, and I had to put it on cardstock. And I probably would have adhered this one out a little bit more, but that's just the way that it happened to work out. So it's not quite as out there as the other one. And I then did my banner in the pattern paper, and again I used the ruffled trim and then a daisy trim on top of that. So I really like the colors. These are some of my very favorite colors to use, the robin's egg blue, red, and white. And oh, this paper here is actually Sassafras Lass. So yeah, that one is, this paper here was different. So that is my project, and I wanted to share that with you. I did have some pictures up on my blog and on my Facebook page. You can check out my Facebook page. It's Kelly Walkow Mall. So it's just like Walkow Mall right after my name. And check out my photos. I have a lot of my projects that I put on my blog, I just put on my Facebook page as well. So you can check that out, or come over and leave me a message and, you know, friend me, tell me how you found me, or what you know, are interested in, like the projects that you like to create or whatever. It's just a fun little crafty community. So, okay, thanks guys for watching, and I'll be creating all this week, so I'm sure I'll have some more videos up later. So, good night.